We see flooding on the news across the country, but did you know that it occurs in all 50 states and is the most costly natural disaster in the United States? This is why flood insurance is so important, so let's jump into the basics. So who exactly needs flood insurance? Maybe you don't live by a river or the coast and are thinking this doesn't really apply to you. Well, everybody needs flood insurance because where it rains, it can flood. If you are in a high-risk area and purchased a home with a mortgage, odds are you were required to get flood insurance. But that doesn't mean that high-risk areas are the only places that flood. More than 20% of claims occur in low to moderate risk areas. Over 70% of residents in the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Harvey in 2017 were in these low-risk areas and they did not have flood insurance. Considering that 1 inch of water can cause $25,000 worth of damage, it is worth it to be prepared with flood insurance. You may have heard about disaster assistance. It's a great program, however, it's not something that you should rely on. First, most forms of federal disaster assistance require a presidential declaration. And even if it's declared, not all flooding incidents are awarded disaster assistance. If it does qualify, most forms of the assistance are in the form of a loan and has to be paid back with interest. When you have flood insurance, you are paid back even if the disaster is not federally declared, and no payback is required. That is a much more cost-effective approach than paying back a $50,000 disaster assistance home loan. Breaking it down over 30 years, that would be $240 a month. Alright, so now you're on board. You can see the importance of flood insurance. So what are the next steps? First Direct has a great team of flood experts, our Flood Authority team. They can help both you and your agent if you have one. We start out by gathering some important information about your home, provide a risk analysis, and find the best quote options for you. We look at both private and federal policies and help you pick the correct one. There are usually waiting periods before the policy goes into effect, and it can vary depending on the policy. So make sure you purchase your flood insurance before a storm is headed your way.